Good morning. Today is January 3rd, 2026. I am reading the Bible in the canonical order, and today we are reading Genesis 8 through 11. Chapter 8. The flood subside. Verse 1. But God remembered Noah and all the beasts and all the livestock that were with him in the ark. And God made a wind blow over the earth, and waters subside. Verse 2. The fountain of the deep and the wood and the windows of the heavens were closed. The rain from the heavens was restrained. Verse 3. And the waters receded from the earth continually, and at the end of 150 days the waters had abated. Verse 4. And in the seventh month of the 17th day of the month, the ark came to rest on the mountains of Orata. Verse 5. And the waters continued to abate until the 10th month, and in the 10th month, on the first day of the month, the tops of the mountains were seen. And at the end of 40 days, Noah opened the window of the ark, and that he had made. Verse 7. And sent a raven forth, and it went to and fro until the waters were dried up from the earth. Verse 8. And then he sent forth a dove from him to see if the waters had subsided from the face of the ground. Verse 9. But the dove found no place to set her foot, and she returned to him to the ark, for the waters were still on the face of the whole earth. So he put out his hand and took her and brought her into the ark with him. Verse 10. He waited another 7 days, and again he sent forth the dove out of the ark. Verse 11. And the dove came back to him in the evening, and behold, in her mouth was a freshly plucked olive leaf. So Noah knew that the waters had subsided from the earth. Verse 12. Then he waited another 7 days and sent forth the dove, and she did not return to him any more. Verse 13. In the 601st year, in the first month, the first day of the month, the waters were dried from off the earth. And Noah removed the covering of the ark and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. Verse 14. In the second month of in the second month, on the 27th day of the month, the earth was dried out. Verse 15. Then God said to Noah, verse 16, Go out of the ark, you and your wife and your sons' wives with you. Verse 17. Bring out with you every living thing that is with you of all flesh, birds, animals, and every creeping thing that creeps on the earth, that they may swarm the earth and be fruitful and multiply on the earth. Verse 18. So Noah went out, his sons and his wife and his sons' wives with him. Verse 19. Every beast, every creeping thing, every bird, everything that moves on the earth went out by families from the ark. God's covenant with Noah. Verse 20. Then Noah built an altar to the Lord and took some of every clean animal and some of every clean bird and offered burnt offerings to the altar. Verse 21. And when the Lord smelled the pleasing aroma, the Lord said in his heart, I will never again curse the ground because of man, for the intention of man's heart is evil from his youth. Neither will I ever again strike down every living creature as I have done. Verse 22. While the earth remained seed time, and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night shall not cease. Chapter 9, verse 1. And God blessed Noah and his sons and said to them, be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. Verse 2. The fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every bird of the heavens, upon every thing that creeps on the ground, and all the fish of the sea. Into your hand they are delivered. Verse 3. Every morning, every moving thing that lives shall be food for you. And as I have gave you the green plants, I give you everything. Verse 4. But you shall not eat flesh with its life, that is its blood. Verse 5. And for your lifeblood I will require a reckoning. From every beast I will require it, and from his fellow man I will require a reckoning for the life of man. Verse 6. Whoever sheds the blood of man, by man shall his blood be shed. And for God made man in his own image. Verse 7. And you be fruitful and multiply, increase greatly on the earth and multiply it in it. Verse 8. Then God said to Noah and to his sons with him. Verse 9. Behold, I establish a covenant with you and your offspring after you. Verse 10. And with every living creature that is with you, the livestock, and every beast of the earth with you, as many as came out of the ark, it is for every beast of the earth. Verse 11. I establish my covenant with you, that never again shall all flesh be cut off by the waters of the flood, and never again shall there be a flood to destroy the earth. Verse 12. And God said, this is a sign of the covenant that I make between me and you, and every living creature that is with you, for all future generations. Verse 13. I have set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be a sign of the covenant between me and the earth. Verse 14. When I bring clouds over the earth, and the bow is seen in the clouds. Verse 15. I will remember my covenant that is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh, and the waters shall never again become a flood to destroy all flesh. Verse 16. And when the bow is in the clouds, I will see it and remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh that is on the earth. Verse 17. God said to Noah, this is a sign of the covenant that I have established between me and all flesh on that is on the earth. Noah's descendants. Verse 18. The sons of Noah who went forth from the ark were Shem, Shem, and Japheth. Ham was the father of Canaan. Verse 19. These three were the sons of Noah, and from these the people of the whole earth were dispersed. Verse 20. Noah began to be a man of the soil, and he planted a vineyard. Verse 21. He drank of the wine and became drunk and laid down uncovered in his tent. Verse 22. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father and told his brothers outside. Verse 23. Then Shem and Japheth took a garment, laid it on both of their shoulders, and walked backward and covered the nakedness of their father. Their faces were turned backward, and they did not see their father's nakedness. Verse 24. When Noah awoke from his wine, he knew what his youngest son had done, and said to him, done to him. Verse 25. He said, cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants. shall be shall be his sorry. Verse 25 again. He said, "Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be to his brothers." Verse 26. He also said, "Bless the Lord be the God, blessed be the Lord, the God of Shem, and let Canaan be his servant." Verse 27. May God enlarge Japheth, and let him dwell in the tents of Shem, and let Canaan be his servant. Verse 28. After the flood, Noah lived 350 years. Verse 29. All the days of Noah were 950 years, and he died. Chapter 10. Nations descend from Noah. Verse 1. These are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, sons who were born to them after the flood. Verse 2. The sons of Japheth, Gomer, Maga, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshech, and Taurus. And the sons of Gomer, now y'all, I'm gonna butcher these names, but it's okay. I'm gonna learn them eventually. Ashkenaz, Ripta, and Togarmah. And the sons of Javan, Elishas, Tarshish, Kittim, and Dadanim. Verse 4. From these the coastal land people spread in their lands, and each with his own language, but their clans in their nations. Verse 6. The sons of Ham, Cush, Egypt, Put, and Canaan. Verse 7. The sons of Cush, Seb, Havilah, Sabbath, Raham, and Sebekta. The sons of Raham, Sheb, Dednan, and Dednan. 8. Cush fathered Nimrod, and he was the first on the earth to be a mighty man. Verse 9. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord, and therefore it is said, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter before the Lord. Verse 10. The beginning of his kingdom was Babel, Urch, Akkad, and Canaan, and in the land of Shinar. Verse 11. From that the land went into Assyria and built Nineveh, Rehoboth, Kahalal, and, verse 12, resting between Nineveh and Kahalal, that is the great city. Verse 13. Egypt fathered Ludim, Anamim, Lehabim, Naphatim. Verse 14. Pahathrism, Kahathim, from whom the Philistines came, and Caportum. Verse 15. Canaan fathered Sidon, his firstborn, and Heath. 16. And Jebuses, I butcher these names, I am so sorry. The Amorites, the Gergesites. Verse 17. Hittites, Urkasites, the Sinatites. 18. The Arivadites, and Zezamorites, and the Hamathites. Afterward, the clans of the Canaanites disperses. 19. And the territory of the Canaanites extended from Sidon in the direction of Gurg, Jagar, as far as Gaza, and in the direction of Sodom, Gomorrah, Adam, and Zeboam, as far as Lashish, La, Lasha, Lasha, not Lashish, Lasha. Verse 20. These are the sons of Ham by their clans, their languages, their lands, and their nations. Verse 21. To Shem also the father of all children of Eber, the elder brother of Japheth, children were born. Verse 22. Uh, the sons of Shem, Elam, Asher, Arpashad, Lud, and Aram. The sons of Aram were Uz, Hul, Gether, and Mash. Verse 24. Arpashad fathered Shelah, and Shelah fathered Eber. Verse 25. To Eber were born two sons. The name of the one was Peleg, for for in his days on the earth was divided, and his brothers' name was Joktan. Verse 26. Joktan fathered Almodad, Shelep, Hazarvamart, and Jerah. Verse 27. Hadoraman, Azla, Dekla. Verse 28. Obla, Abimale, Sheba. Sheba or Sheba, I'm not sure. Sheba. 29. Ophrah, Havilah, and Jobab. Jobab. At all these were the sons of Jokan. Verse 30. The territory in which they lived extended from Mesha in the direction of Sephar to the hill country of the east. Verse 31. These are the sons of Shem by their clans, their languages, and their nations. Verse 32. These are the clans of the sons of Noah according to their genealogies in their nations, and from these nations spread abroad to the earth after the flood. The Tower of Babel, chapter 11, verse 1. Now the whole earth had one language and the same words. Verse 2. And these and his Verse 2. And as people migrated from the east, they found a plain in the land of Shinar and settled there. Verse 3. And they said to one another, Come, let us make bricks and burn them thoroughly. And they had a brick for stone and a bitumen for mortar. Verse 4. Then they said, Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower with it with its top in the heavens, and let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be disappeared over the face of the whole earth. Verse 5. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the children of man had built. Verse 6. And the Lord said, Behold, pe- they are they are one people, and they have all one language. And this is only the beginning of what they will do. And nothing that they propose to do will now be impossible for them. Verse 7. Come, let us go down there and confuse their language, so that they may not understand one another's speech. God, you're funny. Verse 8. So the Lord dispersed them from there over the face of the earth, and they left and they left off building the city. Verse 9. Therefore its name was called Babel, because the Lord confused the language of all the earth. And from there the Lord dispersed over the face of all the earth. Shem's descendants. Verse 10. These are the generations of Shem. When Shem was 100 years old, he fathered Arpachshad. 2 years after the flood, verse 11, and Shem lived after he fathered Arpachshad 500 years, and he had other sons and daughters. Verse 12, when Arpachshad lived when Arpachshad had lived 35 years, he had fathered Shelah. Verse 13, and Arpachshad lived after he fathered Shelah 403 years, and had other sons and daughters. Verse 14, when Shelah had lived 30 years, he had fathered Eber. Verse 15, and Shelah had lived for, and when Shelah had lived after he had fathered Eber 403 years, and had other sons and daughters. Verse 16, when Eber had lived 34 years, he fathered Peleg. Verse 17, and Eber lived after he had, verse 17, and Eber had lived after he had fathered Peleg. Verse 430 years, and had other sons and daughters. Verse 18, when Peleg had lived 30 years, he fathered Ru. Verse 19, and Peleg lived after he fathered Ru 209 years, and had other sons and daughters. Verse 20, when Ru had lived 32 years, he fathered Serug, Serug 21, verse 21. And Ru lived after he fathered Serug 207 years, and had other sons and daughters. Verse 22, and Serug had lived 30 years, he fathered Nahor. Verse 23, and Serug lived after he fathered Nahor 200 years, and had other sons and daughters. Verse 24, when Nahor had lived 29 years, he fathered Terah 25, and Nahor lived after he fathered Terah 119 years, and had other sons and daughters. Verse 26, when Terah had lived 70 years, he fathered Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Terah's descendants. Verse 27, now these are the generations of Terah. Terah fathered Abram, Nahor, and Haran. And Haran had fathered Lot. Verse 28, Haran had died in the presence of his father Terah, in the land of his kindred, in Ur of the Chaldeans. Verse 29, and Abram and Nahor took wives, and the names of Abram's wife was Sarai, and the name of Nahor's wife was Milcah, and the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah and Isaac. 30. Verse 30. Now Sarai was barren, and she had no child. Verse 31. Sarai had took Abram his son, and Lot the son of Haran his grandson, and Sarai his daughter-in-law, to his son Abram's wife, and they went forth together from Ur of the Chaldeans to go into the land of Canaan. But when they came to Haran, they settled there. Verse 32. The days of Terah were Terah were two, hun- two. The days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran. Today was January 3rd, 2026, and I read Genesis 8 through 11 in the Canonical version. Thank you and have a blessed day.